All right, so we went ahead and took this valve cover off, and I just got to get this one off. It's 3 bolts, and then be able to take that one out. There's only 3 in that one, 3 in this one. But I'm going to go through and mark out these hoses that I'm about to move out of my way. So that's the next step. All right, we're getting ready to put our valve cover in on this side. The oil filled one goes on this side. So went ahead and cleaned this area up with some brake cleaner on a rag and just wiped it down really well and got ready, and then just put this gasket in. Now I'm gonna take a rag and some parts cleaner and just lightly wipe the surface area of that, mount it, and there's only 3 bolts. You start in the center, work your way to the outer 2, and I gotta look at the torque settings, but I'll let you know after I get this figured out. All right, so I went ahead and installed the valve covers with new gaskets. Make sure you replace the grommets here underneath these bolts. There's only 3 of them if you're doing this motor, or if you're just following along, just follow along. But anyway, there's 3 bolts in each head or each valve cover. So you start in the center, snug them all first. Don't over tighten, but just snug them until they don't move, and go through with your inch-pound wrench and do 90 inch-pounds on each of these, starting with this one and then one of the outer 2. It doesn't matter, but always make sure you do the middle one first. So we got that. Got a nice steering shaft in today, and we might get our lower intake installed today. So that's my next step. I just got to clean all this out and make it nice. Clean up these water jet areas and air areas a little better, and we're ready to slap this thing back on. So let's go. Okay, so we got these done. I was doing a little Googling after cleaning this out. Made a store run to get a vacuum attachment to vacuum out, which I missed a little bit there. I'm gonna hit it again, but I'm gonna finish vacuuming this out. The gaskets came with this stuff for the China walls, which is awesome. So I'm gonna use that for the China walls for sure. But you guys see this pitting around my water ports? We're gonna take care of that with this too. I did a little Googling. I was just gonna lay it on there and use it as a sealer, but it says vibration and shit will make that come loose. I get that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this on our fingertip and just rub it in, like kind of like putting putty on drywall. You just smooth it in until it's seated in there like flat, just to fill the pits. And I have to do that on all 4 jets. After I do that and let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, then we can come back in. I can drop my gaskets on, and then we can drop our intake on. It's about time for this thing to go home, and then it'll be time for the distributor to find its home. So stay tuned, here we go. All right, so now we got our China walls done with new gaskets, and here we go. We're getting ready to put the lower intake on, so here we go. Okay, lower intake is installed. We put them in a cross pattern. I have my new piece here for my spider injector. It goes in here. So I tighten these in a cross pattern, I did, these are 15 mil, if you remember. I did the 4 center ones back to back, across from each other. And then in a zigzag pattern, I just moved my way outward. So the final setting is 35 foot-pounds, but you're supposed to tighten them all to 15 first, then do a second pass at 25, and then do a third pass at 35 foot-pounds, the third and final. So we did that. So this should be nice and set. We got a nice little bead of silicone pushing out, which is good. So we should have no problems with this gasket actually sealing and doing its job. All right, so on to the next step, which will be building the inside of this. But before I do that, I need to buy new hoses, which there's only one place I can get them, which is Parts Geek. So I'm gonna buy those and wait for them to come. Then we can install that. We can install our spider, and then our distributor, which I need to put a rag in that because I'm not doing anything with it the rest of the day. So we are gonna just wait on parts at this point, but there we go. That's good. Let's put a rag over this. Put this in the middle. We're good there. Yeah, we'll just put a rag over put my towel back over the intake. It's coming alive here in a minute. Won't be too long before this thing runs again. Maybe another week and a half. We'll see. Until next time.